Hello fellow warriors, IdeaRex here with another Rome Total War 2 video. In this video we're going to be covering war battle strategies for novice players, people who are new to the series. If you don't know, Rome Total War 2 came out last night, about 8 hours ago, and it looks sweet. I played it, this is my gameplay I got a couple of minutes ago, and I'm loving it. So, I skipped forward because for some reason this battle we started like miles away. So that's what that is. But we're going to go through how you can improve as a player, whether you're new to the game and have no clue what you're doing, whether you've been playing it for a while and just want some tips because you haven't been playing, or just ideas for how you can play better. So the first thing is the general idea for battling is, I didn't come up with this, but I saw it online a couple different places, react, control, dominate, in that order. So think about it. I have a tendency to over-control my units, and this causes me to get anxious. I make the first attack, and I usually lose that way. But I play a lot better when I wait for the enemy to make the first move. So I surround the enemy here, and I'm waiting for him to start moving, which he does now, and that's why I started the video now. Then you react to how he's moving. That's why I've got my cavalry here on the bottom left. I control the situation. I have 3 sides of him, and then I'm going to dominate. So I wouldn't be showing this video probably if I wasn't going to win, or unless there's something interesting about it. So those are the 3 ideas. Now, what tools can you use to do this? So the simple things, the main one is flanking is one of the big ones. So if you don't know what flanking is, it means rather than attacking straight on, you come from the side. So right now my cavalry are sort of behind them, and that is definitely called flanking, be perfect for it. The advantages of this is when you attack head-on, the units are going straight, and not all the units can be involved in the battle. If they're swordsmen, only the front, maybe 1 or 2 lines can get involved. Now, if you flank them, you can use all sorts of sides, so you can be surrounding them, have multiple units attacking their one unit. Also, with flanking them, you get attack bonuses. So if you're striking an enemy in the back, if you're stabbing him, if you're spearing him, it does a whole lot more damage than doing it in the front. He's got less armor, he's not fighting you back. It's a pretty good situation. So a lot of advantages for flanking. Now, another thing is speed is important in flanking. So I use my cavalry all the time. I almost never go head on with cavalry. It's all flanking, and the key to that is they're the fastest unit on the ground. So you can flank with other units too. Say you have some light armored swordsmen and hand-to-hand combat guys. You can flank with those. You wouldn't want to flank with heavy guys because they're trying to go around. The enemy can prepare and move themselves to counter your flanking. Another important thing with flanking is you're in control of the engagement. In all video games, but especially Rome Total War 2, because it's strategy on the battlefield size, it's all about controlling the engagement. Whether you have the weaker units, the stronger units, you'll do a whole lot better if you set the engagement up how you want. So right now my swordsmen are in the forest. They're not getting pelted with with arrows and volley attacks, so that helps them. They're also hidden, while my cavalry near the open ground to ram and trample people. They're in the open fields next to the forest. So that's flanking. Now, formations. The second most important thing in Rome Total War 2, and Rome Total War for that matter. Some of the interesting ones, if you played the game, you know the Testudo, which is the Roman, some of the legionnaires you can see it in a couple movies, but they have their shields. They put one layer in front, and then all the other ones go on top, and it makes it like a tortoise, is what it means. So bow and arrows, a lot of attacks are harder to go in. Each formation has its positives and negatives. So the Testudo is really good for defending against bow and arrows and defense in general. But some of the trouble with it is you have to move very slowly. You have to keep this thing together. Your units can't attack as well because they're in this thing. So there's positives and negatives to every formation, and you got to take that into account. So the main ones, the most obvious ones, are loose and tight formation. Loose formation is useful in that, say for archers, if a cavalry runs through an archer, a squad of archers, he's going to go through less of them, destroy less of them, because they're so spread out. whereas if they were tight together, more of them would be hit. Now, the inverse of that is if you have a group of legionnaires or someone with heavy armor, really strong Roman soldiers, you want them to be a tight group, so that way people don't get through them, they can fight as a team more, and it's more effective. Now, if they're getting hit by bow and arrows and volley attacks, then you'd want to loosen them up. It just changes for every situation, but pay attention to that. Right now, they're in tight formation, I think. Some interesting things to know about formation and who you attack. The general rules for Rome Total War is that cavalry beats archers who beat heavy. What this is this rock, paper, scissors formation. So everything can beat something else, and that's what makes this game great. So your archers could be the most powerful thing on the battlefield until they get attacked, right? They're the weakest, they have no armor. But they're doing the most damage to other ones, they're pretty efficient. Cavalry, they seem great, right? As long as they're at speed, they pretty much take down anything. But the second they're in hand-to-hand combat, they're not so good. So the other two rules are infantry is better than light, meaning that the heavier infantry usually will win a head-to-head battle. Now, infantry is better than cavalry. This one is weird. So you think, oh, cavalry, it runs down the enemy. But no, once they're in hand-to-hand combat, the cavalry no longer has speed, they're on their horse. The infantry will, in general, these are all in general rules, will beat the cavalry down. So, how do you use this? Cavalry, you keep them in motion. I lost my cavalry at this point because I didn't keep them in motion. But you saw the whole beginning of the battle. They're running around, they're fighting them with speed, rolling through them. And they got stuck at some point. Once you just slowly lose guys, and it didn't work for them. But at this point, we've got mainly my legionnaires and hand-to-hand sword fighters who have been doing well in the forest. They just won the battle, defeated the enemy, and it was a good battle. So I hope you guys learned something with this video. If you did, please let me know what you learned, what you want to see in future videos. If there's something I didn't mention that would really help out, leave it in the comment to help other people. So this has been your boy EdderX. Please subscribe for more Rome Total War videos. We're going to have a ton coming out soon. So this has been your boy EdderX. Kaboom!